This is just a quick guide on how to make your own team in Professional Baseball Spirits 2024-2025. First thing to do is to click on the Team Edit button on the main menu. If you select any of the open spots, you're able to then start editing a team. You'll have the choice of selecting all the teams that are in the game, so that's all the Central League and all the Pacific League teams, as well as both of their respective All-Star teams, but you can also choose the WBC team as well. If you don't want to choose any of them, then if you click Original, you can then create your own team. First option is going to allow you to have a designated hitter or not. Once in the main screen, you're then going to be granted with quite a lot of options. The top option will be greyed out for the minute because you haven't got any players selected, so to get some players you need to choose the next button down. From here, if you then choose the button underneath OK, you can then start collecting players. You can shuffle between teams with the L1 and R1 button. You can use the R3 button to sort between positions as well. On your team's side, you'll see there's a load of empty spots, some that will have a blue icon and then be red, some that will be a blue icon and be green, and then some that will be an orange icon and be grey. The blue and red ones are your pitchers, the blue and green ones are your infielders and outfielders, the orange and grey ones are all your substitute players. All you then need to do is just select the players that you want to transfer over. At the bottom of the screen will tell you how many players you've got selected so far on your team. You can fill a squad of up to 70 players. It'll also show you the amount of players you've got per position, as well as the combined star total of the team. Not only can you select between all of the team's players, but you can also select between any of the original players that you might have made in either Spirits mode or in the High School mode. If you've bought anyone from the VP shop as well, you can also select them here. If a player has an orange line underneath their name, it just means they're part of the international quota. As long as you've filled out all the players with the blue icons, you can pretty much make a team. It doesn't have to be completely full up. Once you've got enough players, you can then hit OK and go back to the main screen. The top button now allows you to edit any of the players that you've selected. By clicking it and then selecting a player, it's then going to bring up another set of options. Here you can change things like their equipment, their appearance, their AI settings, and a whole host of other things. Most of these will be greyed out. They're only really available if you've selected an original player. The third option down from the main menu allows you to actually organise your team. You'll see an OK button and then two more. The first button allows you to set your pitchers. You can move the players however you want, but if you want the computer to work it out for you and give you the best possible option, just click the middle button and then it will automatically make the best team it can. The other button is the fielding button. Once again, you can move the players around how you want, but if you click the middle button, it will auto make the best team. The fourth button down allows you to change your coaches. You can either leave it as a default setting, or you can select from any of the players in the game. The next button after that sets your team policies. The top option just allows you to set whether you want the computer to set the team or whether you can set the team. The next option down will set things whether you want, say, a lefty on lefty matchup or a righty on righty matchup should the situation occur. Underneath that allows you to set how often a team will try and steal bases. Underneath that will allow you to set how often your coaches will try and send a runner when they're on the base paths. The next option allows you to set whether players will try and bunt to get players into scoring positions. And the last option sets how often players will try and perform a squeeze bunt. The next option down the main screen allows you to basically customize every other part of the team. The first option allows you to set most of your team's data. From the top it goes setting your official name, then the abbreviation, then the team name, how the computer will call it, how the computer will call it out in the stadiums, the one letter abbreviation, the alphabet abbreviation, and then the menu color. Selecting the next option allows you to change not only your player's kit, but all the logos. The top option allows you to select your uniforms. You can choose to set the home, the away, copy one from the other, or set them all at once. If you choose to edit either the home or away uniform, then you'll be granted with 3 more options again. The top option allows you to pick from a bunch of templates, so if you're not really sure what you might want, you can have a look through here and select one. You can always edit it later. The middle option allows you to select what letters you have on the jerseys and the caps. The bottom option though allows you to tweak absolutely everything else. You can tweak the hat, the batting helmets, the top half of the uniform, the bottom half of the uniform, and then the socks. There's a lot you can do here and all of it is pretty self-explanatory, so do play around, you'll be able to work it out yourself. All the other buttons underneath changing the uniform allows you to then edit any of the icons. Again, these are all pretty self-explanatory. If you just click into one, you're going to see what it's going to edit, whether it's the picture you could be using, the color profile. So again, just play around, you'll be able to find a combination that you like. And the very bottom option out of all of these allows you to change how your dugout jackets look. Once you've changed all that, the last option you can do is choose a stadium. You can pick from any of the stadiums that are already unlocked in the game. The second to last option is all the cheer options. I've already done a more in-depth video that goes over cheers, so if you do want to know more about it, give that one a watch. The very last button is all about data updates. The default setting just pulls all the data for all the players based on your current updated patch. You can mess around with this if you want, but I don't really see a reason to. Once you're happy with your team, there's 2 places you can basically play with it. You can either use them in an exhibition game, but you can also use them in season mode. To use them in the season mode, you'll need to select the button underneath all the teams. You can either swap them out for a team that's already listed, or you can either add them to the end in the 2 grey squares. If any of the edit teams are greyed out, it just means that you can't select them. Once you've added all the teams you want, you can then just select them on the previous menu, and after that you can continue season mode as normal. You can make some absolutely ridiculous teams if you want to do this, but obviously it does take away from some of the challenge of the game. But I do know some people do enjoy just having all of their favourite players mixed into one team. At the same time, if you want to challenge yourself, you can always just make the worst team possible. And that's just a quick overview of how to edit teams and how to get them into the modes you might want to play. I hope this video has been helpful. If you've got any other questions, just drop a comment below. I hope you've all been enjoying the game, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.